Hello, Saint Pius X X Factor channel viewers. Welcome to the senior night game of Saint Pius X Warriors versus Clinton High School. With us for our pregame interview, we have the one, the only, Ryan Barber. So Barber, we had a cross-country senior night along with football senior night. So how did it go?
I think it went really well. We got a lot of applause, a lot of fans, more than any of the previous years. So I'd say overall it went pretty well.
Are they here for the senior night for football or a senior night for cross-country, though?
Do you even really need to ask that question, Pete? I don't think so.
Probably not.
So Ryan, just talk about what this night means to you, and you've been working hard all 4 years for this. Just tell us a little about it.
This night actually does mean a lot to me because these 4 years, they've been a lot of fun, built a lot of friendships with a lot of my teammates, and it's just been a good ride so far, and we're going to state this year, so it'll be fun.
You heard it here, folks. The state proclamation from the one and only Ryan Barber. And to finish out our little pregame interview here, we want a prediction from Mr. Barber. Barber?
I'm going to say a 21 to, let's go 14 Pius wins.
All right, we have a Pius win from Mr. Barber. All right, and thanks to the magic vetting, we'll be back with you sitting down here in 2 seconds. And we're about to have the kickoff here for Clinton. Back for the Warriors, we have number 3, Thomas Ringel, and number 1. Yep. And a short kickoff there. Barely right inside the 45-yard line for Rocco Monachino here on senior night.
Looks like Clinton tried to get the game started off early with an early onside kick to gain possession. It looked like they won the coin toss early in the game, and obviously they knew they were going to get the ball in the second half and went ahead and went out and tried to recover that onside kick, but was unsuccessful. Now it's Pius's ball at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, the Clinton, anytime I see an onside kick, all I can think of is that NFC Championship game between the Packers and Seahawks, which I still cry about to this day. It haunts me in my dreams. All right, so Tommy with the play action, he's going to look upfield. He's going to roll right. He's still looking downfield. He doesn't really have anybody. He's going to have to slide, and he'll go up. He'll get a nice gain of several yards there. Get up right at the 50-yard line. That's probably got to be a gain of roughly 6 or 7 yards there. Nice little pickup there by Tommy Homebrecker. But yeah, that NFC title game just kills me every time I think about it. Just haunts me. Gosh. Oh. All right, so we have senior night for Pius, so obviously you're going to see a lot of senior action tonight, or at least you'd hope to. I mean, that is kind of a big deal for anybody. All righty. So Homebrecker on her center. In the backfield, we have Wade and... Oh, it is Will. Oh, yeah, so I was right. It was Will Brockman. Tommy with the keeper, and he's going to get a first down, crossing the 45-yard line. Nice run by Tommy. Beautiful blocking up front by the St. Pius X offensive line. If their O-line can dominate like that the whole game, holy man, are we in for a show. It's going to be an offensive showcase for the Warriors.
This is the type of offensive line that Pius will size up against very nicely. Last week against, who did we play last week, Pete?
That's a good question, Zach. I believe you were in charge of that part of the sports.
Well, last week we were facing about a line about twice the size of this, so Pius should be pretty good.
It was us broadcasting last week, right?
Yep. And then Tommy drops back to pass and passes to Joey Lynch, but incomplete. So Pius, he can start early with a lot of passing plays. We have 2 passing plays and 1 rushing play, all in the hands of Tommy Homebrecker, the senior quarterback.
Nevada, that's what we played. Good Lord, we broadcasted that game too. That's really sad that we cannot remember that. Yeah, we won like 34-17, something like that. Good Lord. All right. So we have Andrew Hip out wide here. Wade and Brockman in the backfield. Here's the fullback handoff to Wade, and he's going to pick up 3 yards roughly. Brockman went out wide there. You had the classic handoff to the fullback, fake it to the running back. Showcase right there.
One thing we noticed so far is Will Brockman has not touched the ball yet. It's still very early in the game, but I mean, last week at this point in the game, Will Brockman had 3 or 4 touches on the ball and was very dominant. We'll see if he comes back. Now we got Tommy Homebrecker in the shotgun with Will Brockman by his side, Joey Lynch, and Andrew Hip out wide. Drops back, looking for a pass. Oh, it hits Ben Wade for a first down. Ben Wade at about the 25-yard line. Beautiful grab by Ben Wade. O-line showing off today.
Tommy had a solid 4 or 5 seconds there. Probably could have held on the ball even longer if he was desperate to. We have a serious size upgrade over the D line of Clinton. The only 2 big guys they have are number 74 and I believe number 76. I saw something like that. Maybe it's the same guy. 78, that's who it is. I see him out there right now. They have 2 really big guys, but other than that, their D line's smaller than our O line. So we should have Tommy should have plenty of time back, or as I speak. Ooh, can he grab? Oh, man. Number 15 for the Warriors there. Almost so close there. Number 15 for our Saint Pius X Warriors is Nick Bonadonna. Couldn't quite pull that down. Just overshot him. Tommy was rushed just as I was complimenting the O-line. So goes to show you that when I start talking, the opposite thing happens. Joey Lynch into the game now for the Warriors. We're going to go back.
10 at the 26.
Brockman and Wade in the backfield. We have Bonadonna outside along with Lynch, hip in motion. Homewrecker's under center. He'll take the snap, roll right. He's got a pitch option. He's going to keep it, and he's going to pick up a few yards there. Now we have an awkward angle with the camera for Zach and I to try to read on how much yardage people get. But he's still going to pick up a few yards there and to make it 2nd and, well, I don't believe it's 10, but maybe it is. Ball on the 26-yard line now, 9:23 to go in this first quarter. 3rd and 4 is what Zach's telling me. Whoever's operating, oh, there it is, 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3. All right, so now we're going to go shotgun formation. You don't see a whole lot of shotgun from the Warriors. Yeah, you can tell their game plans change. Tommy with the screen pass it. Oh, that went right in between Ringle's hands. That was a little overshot, but Ringle might have been able to pull that down at least.
So far in the game, we've seen a very aggressive play calling by the Warriors, and they've had several more passes. If I recall correctly, last week I believe there was only one pass play on the first drive. A lot of subbing in and out right now. Looks like Thomas Ringle just went out, and we got Joey Lynch back in. Tommy Homewrecker in the shotgun. Will Brockman to his side. We got Ben Wade, Nick Bonadonna out wide. Oh, and Tommy's pass intended for number 5.
Incomplete, intended for Lynch.
Excuse me.
The ball goes over
Number
to Clinton on possession.
number 6, Joey Lynch. Excuse me, number 6. Yes. Pass incomplete. Looks like Joey got a little bit rocked or misread route.
Yeah, there was a definite miscommunication there between Homewrecker and Lynch out wide. Pius is very aggressive on offense, must have a lot of confidence in themselves and a lot of confidence in Clinton's weakness on the defensive side of the ball. There's going to be a run for Clinton. Markham, number 14. He holds on to the ball, picks up a yard, maybe 2. It'll be 2nd and 9. Ball still on the 21-yard line, 8:43 to go in this first quarter. Clinton, we'll see how they match up, but do you think they're going to be aggressive, or do you think they're going to be a little more conservative with this first drive?
Well, according to the homework we did, they have a very strong arm with their quarterback. They have a smaller running back, but they really like hitting their short wide receiver number 7 out there. He's a very skilled target. Right now we have nobody in the backfield and a little fullback handoff for a pick about a yard. So very, very different offensive running situation. We'll see a couple interesting plays tonight, Pete, and should be an interesting night on how Pius transforms their defense with the transformative playbook Clinton has. Yeah,
you definitely have an exotic playbook there for Clinton, and Pius will do their best for sure. All right, 3rd and 7 here. It's going to be a keeper for Markham. He's going to pitch it out wide to number 3 on Clinton, who's going to get the first down. Number 3 for Clinton is let's see what his name is here. We have quite a few papers here. So different stats, different rosters. It's kind of crazy, actually. But we definitely did our homework. That can be said. Jacob Yates is number 3. He's a wide receiver and corner. He's a senior, so obviously looking to spoil the senior night of his opponent. Weird formation for Clinton. You don't see that kind of formation ever, and they plug him up right at the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1, maybe 2. Yeah.
So far in the game, we've seen a very different playbook on both sides of the ball. Pius has been throwing the ball a lot more than they were the first game, and Clinton just has a very exotic playbook, as Pete said. On that last first down they picked up, it was a handoff to the running back. The quarterback faked it to the fullback. The running back ran outside and pitched it to the wide receiver that was in motion. It was quite the play, but it was a success.
Yeah, you don't really see that formation ever in pros or college.
Triple option. Wow.
Oh boy. It's working for him right now. I believe Navy runs a triple option, if I'm not mistaken.
That was a triple option they just ran. The quarterback had an option to the fullback for looked like about a 31 dive or something like that, and then ran out to the left side for about a 17 sweep. But had the option to pitch it to a running back, as well as pitch it inside to looked like a wide receiver that was in motion. So quite the playbook by Clinton. Very, very interesting so far.
Yeah. I've never seen a backfield like that. It's very awkward to watch. Ooh, he dropped. Fumble came out of his hands. Luckily for Clinton, he was already down. Unlucky for us.
One of the biggest things about dealing with an offense like this is it might take Pius a drive or two to get the hang of how to defend this with all the different options and reading. You got to keep your head up and find the ball. So right now, I mean, we got the quarterback under center. We got a fullback right behind him in a three-point stance. Then we have two guys in the slot and then two wide receivers out. Handoff up and then another triple option. But quarterback keeps it and gains about 5 yards. But there's a flag on the play at the 49-yard line.
Yeah, Warriors definitely going to need to get those tackles, and he broke a couple of them. It'll be a holding call, though, against Clinton, so good for the Warriors. But they definitely need to make sure they get those tackles down. They need to grab hold of them, for sure. Otherwise, it's going to be a long day for the Pius defense defending the run.
Come on, stuff those tackles, let's go!
As Mr. Ringle is yelling above us, and I agree wholeheartedly.
What he was yelling was he was trying to get the defensive line a little bit more engaged and keeping their heads up, as there's so much action in the backfield, a lot of movement, a lot of motions, a lot of fake handoffs, a lot of options. It's very interesting. Yeah, they're back with their 3 men in the backfield, two slot guys, fullback and the quarterback rolls out right, passing up, he keeps the ball, he's running long second and about 20 yards, and he gets back to the 10 yards out for the first down, about the 45-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 12.
Yeah, 3rd and long here for Clinton. They definitely need to get a stop here. The Warriors try to turn the tide here on this early part of this game, where Clinton, I don't want to say they dominated by any stretch of the imagination offense, but they've had their way for the most part. If you take out that penalty, it's 3rd and short right now, 3rd and 2. So you definitely want to make sure momentum's on your side in the early part of this game.
Let's go, Warriors! Come on, D!
All right, so number 14, here's that weird formation. He's going to take the snap. He's going to look left. He pitches it to number 2. He's going to go outside, but he's going to be plugged up well behind the first down marker. So it's going to be 4th down, and we'll see if the punt team, special teams, comes out for Clinton. As of right now, it looks like it's still going to be the offense on the field, so they're going to be going for it and on 4th and 8 with 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Up and here comes the punt team, it looks like, and the sophomore quarterback for Clinton is walking off the field. And we got a water break on the field just due to the extreme heat of a Friday night here in Missouri. It's about 80 degrees in North Kansas City right now, and there's no timeout charge to either team here, but it's always good for the players to get a quick stretch of break to rehydrate. It'll be very interesting to see this game, how number 14 for Clinton, Ben Markham, is a quarterback and free safety, so he's playing both sides of the ball. But he's a sophomore, so he's a very young guy. He got a little bit of playing time last year, but it'll be very interesting to see how he does this in this game with the heat and going up against a very large and experienced defensive line for Pius.
Yeah, a lot of seniors on that D-line. Here we are, punt formation. We had Joey Lynch and Will Brockman back deep. Here comes the punt. Quite quite a rotation of that ball as it's going to go out of bounds. That's going to be inside the 20-yard line, and maybe even inside the 10. Yeah, it's going to be roughly, well, it's going to be about the 12-yard line-ish, somewhere around there. But that was a beautiful punt. Anytime in high school that you can get it inside the 20 when you're punting from your own side of the field, you're doing something right at least. Versus the last game against Nevada, I mean, they didn't even have special teams, so that's definitely better for Clinton, at least, in that regard. So the Saint Pius 10th offense, the Warriors offense, comes out now, and they really want to turn around from their last time they had possession of the ball. They were working it downfield, but they were held short here on a turnover on downs on Clinton's side of the field, so they obviously want to get something out of this drive, get ahead here, hopefully within the limits of the first quarter, as there is 4:48 to go in the quarter.
So as the game clock's ticking down, we got Tommy Homebreaker. Oh, and he hands the ball off to Will Brockman for the first time tonight. Will hasn't touched the ball the entire first possession, so maybe with Pius' failure to score on that last possession, they might have redid their game plan and gone back to the steady-going Will Brockman, our Pius' senior halfback, and while they're still fresh in the first quarter.
Yeah, a lot of seniors on this Warriors football team, so a lot of experience there. That's obviously always what you want for your football team, especially coming off a season like last year where it was almost entirely front-loaded by upperclassmen. So let's see here. Snap by Homebreaker. He's going to hand it off to Brockman. Brockman's got some room to run here. He gets well past the first down. Beautiful, like 14, 15-yard run there. Gets up to past the 30-yard line, 33-ish yard line. So that's about a 14-yard run. Now 1st and 10 for the Warriors with less than 4 minutes to go. 0-0. Into the game now, Thomas Ringel. As the Warriors can look to continue to march downfield here after a beautiful run by Brockman. Well blocked on the O-line to create that hole, so he had plenty of room to run up through. All right, so out wide we have Wade and Bonadonna. Here comes the snap. Handoff again to Brockman. He's going to pick up another few yards.
One thing Will Brockman does very well is he really follows his blockers well, finds a hole, and keeps his legs going. Will's not going to be taken down easily, and that's what makes him so successful. When he's going down, he's still moving those legs, picking up extra 2 or 3 yards, and those can be very useful in picking up that first down. Right now we got a 2nd and 4, and about the 38-yard line, and we got 3 guys out wide, Will in the backfield, Tommy under center.
All right, Lynch and Bonadonna out wide. Here comes a pitch, for Brockman. He's going to pick up several yards. Well, more like a few yards, but it's looking like it's going to be 3rd and short here, about 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. 3rd and 4, excuse me. He picked up a yard on that run. Awkward angle, as I said, from over here. As the Warriors look to convert here on 3rd and short. Oh, they corrected it to 3rd and 3. Ball on our own 40-yard line with 2.5 to go in the quarter. We'll see what they do here. We have Vito Bianco in the backfield with Brockman, and it looks like Ben Wade. And there's a flag on the field. My guess would be a false starter encroachment, as is typical in these types of situations. And it looks like it's going to be a false start as the Warrior offense is moving backwards.
Yep, and Pete is right. It's a false start for the Pius offensive lineman. Right now we're at the score 0-0. Clinton playing Pius on this Friday night, and there's 2 minutes left on the clock. The clock is running. Pius has the ball at the 35-yard line. They're with a 38 to go in the first quarter of tonight's ball game.
Yep, so Homebreaker's under center now with Lynch, and it looks like Bonadonna on the outside. He has Brockman in the backfield with Wade. Tommy drops back, tosses it, oh my God. Bonadonna's got to jump up in the air and go after that ball. He left Tommy vulnerable there.
That was a clearly mistake by Nick Bonadonna. Tommy threw a laser right into there. And Bonadonna just overran the route by a few steps, but nothing hurt. We got a 4th and about 8 for Pius, and Tommy's back deep looking to punt.
Yeah, you got to at least jump for it or something. He just kind of stood there. Well, I don't want to say he stood there and watched, but it's almost as if that's what he appeared. Oh, man. Brockman slowed him down there to keep him inside the 20-yard line. Finally tackled by Luciano Buscari. And it's going to be Clinton football.
A lot of hustle by our wide receivers on that punt. Will Brockman got there first and was able to slow him down a little bit. And then Luciano grabbed him down a little bit more going for the ball. And then the big hit came in and rocked him and put him back to the ground. So great special teams. Clinton's got the ball about the 20-yard line and with a 1st and 10 with about a minute 45 left in this first quarter.
Yep, and here comes the toss to number 2 for Clinton, and he's going to be taken down, tripped up by Thomas Ringel. A nice tackle there. That formation here.
It's a very interesting formation, as Pete was saying, but more interesting was the tackle by Thomas Ringel. Thomas was pancaked by the guy blocking him, and on his knees he was able to scramble about 3 yards to grab him down by the ankles on that pitch outside. So very interesting play there, and great save by Thomas Ringel, saving a large, possibly a 1st down for Pius.
Yeah, that formation in the old days, it'd be a little more distance. They wouldn't be standing right on the line of scrimmage, but they'd call it a full house formation. The Green Bay Packers run it every once in a while. And he's going to break to the outside. He's going to gain a ton of yards, gain of roughly 15 yards. Pius has got to stop this running game. Ben Wade will end up stopping him from getting a touchdown at least. But they moving the chains here for Clinton, which is never a good sign for the Warriors, who really, really need to step up that defense. More importantly, they need to hold on the ball on offense and get some longer-lasting drives.
Yeah, Pius is really going to have to start figuring out this offense. The best example would be similar to how Floyd Mayweather takes the first couple rounds of a fight to understand his opponent. And this is what Pius' defense is going to have to start doing. And what just happened was about an 8-yard run up the middle by the fullback, where they have two, and they're in their set offense. I haven't seen a play where they haven't done this, where they got usually 1 or 2 guys out wide, 2 guys in the slot, a fullback, and a 3-point stance, and then the quarterback under center. And this is a young quarterback, remember. He's got a lot of protection around him, and they're in that same setup right now.
Yeah. All right, here comes the handoff to number 3, and he's going to pick up a 1st down here on 2nd and 1. And there's going to be 11.8 seconds left as they move up the chains. The clock will probably keep running. They'll probably let it run down to end the first quarter here once the chains do get set. Unless they do really want to run and get off a play.
Looks like they are.
And looks like they are going to try to get a play maybe. Or not, because there's only 5 seconds left unless they pull off a miracle. And they're not going to pull off that miracle, as the first quarter will come to a close. 0-0. Defensive battle here at Saint Pius 10th Warriors football field.
And Pius has obviously came out with a very different strategy in this game. They started off the first possession throwing the ball much more than they usually do. And even when they did run, it was Tommy was running, and Ben Wade was running. Will Brockman didn't even touch the ball in the first possession. How do you think this is going to affect the rest of the game there, Pete?
Well, hopefully they can get it going. It's definitely not going to have a positive impact. You never want to start out slow, especially if it comes down to the wire and Clinton's really got momentum later part in the game. They're definitely going to have wished that they got going early in the game.
And Pius has a couple injuries out. Looks like Josh is Josh Revenue back in the game. I haven't seen him yet.
I don't think so.
No, it looks like Josh Revenue's out, number 60. Yeah, looks like Josh Revenue's out. He injured his shoulder 2 weeks ago. He should be back next week. And then also Logan Fox is out. He's standing about the 30-yard line right now, and looks like he's not going to be playing at all this game. He did suit up for the game, though, so some improvement, right, Pete?
Yeah, definitely. I'm looking at our roster. A lot of seniors, a lot of juniors, a couple freshmen, not a lot of sophomores. We are very front-loaded on the upperclassmen. He's going to go wide. Oh, they let him cut inside. If they don't know to stop him.
And Ben Markham with the held the ball there. He had a fake handoff, so in their standard formation with 2 guys in the slot, fullback, 2 wide receivers under center. Markham, the sophomore quarterback, did a fake handoff to the fullback, rolled out right, cut back inside, and was taken down almost immediately. It looks like we're having some score clock trouble here. And they didn't start the first quarter, and they didn't reset the play clock after the first quarter. Looks like we got everything fixed up now. 11:46 on the clock. Clock's running. Clinton's got the ball at about the 47-yard line.
Second 9.
All right, number 3 in motion. Here comes the keeper from Markham, and Markham's going to get absolutely nowhere in a gain of maybe 2 yards. As the Warrior defense is open to shore up that run defense here. Wow, is the scoreboard screwed up? It said like 9th and 24, which I don't believe there's 9 downs on the field, but I don't know. I could be crazy, I suppose. It's going to be 3rd and 6 now, so this is a big down now for the Warriors.
On top of having a very experienced defensive front line for Pius, our secondary on defense is very experienced as well. There's some positives and some negatives on that as well. The play clock's running down. Clinton's trying to get a play off in their standard formation.
Yeah, here comes rolling out righty. We're going to see a pass. We haven't really seen that from Clinton, and he's being rushed. Wow, that was a wimpy pass. And here comes the flag.
Looks like it's intentional grounding. The young sophomore quarterback, inexperienced, and it looked like he doesn't pass too often. It looked like he threw the ball within the guards, and it looks like it's going to be an intentional grounding on the play. We'll see what the refs say.
I don't know. It's weird too because usually when you run outside of the pocket, it's different. It looks like he's picking up the flag.
Yep, the white cap picked up the flag. It looked like he ran outside of the guards and ran back inside the guards, designating himself as already stepping out. So then it wasn't intentional grounding. So Clinton's got the ball. It's 3rd down now, and Rick Byers does not look happy about that play call.
Yeah, I mean, did I call it or did I call it? So anyway, here comes the punt for Clinton. Out deep for the Warriors, we have Joey Lynch and Will Brockman, and it looks like it's going out of bounds again. Don't know if that'll be past the 20-yard line or not. Awkward angle, and they're going to call it just inside the 20, perhaps? Roughly, I don't know. Probably right around the 20-yard line. It was a weird angle that it went out at. They're angling it towards the sideline every time they punt the ball. That much is clear. Warriors trying to get this game plan going. They need a touch. Well, they don't need a touchdown, but a touchdown would definitely be an improvement at this point in the football game. 10:43 to go in the second quarter.
It'll be interesting to see here if they stick with their trusty, speedy running back Will Brockman, or if they continue branching out and using Tommy Humberger's arm, which has been very successful at some parts of the game. See what they do. Tommy's in shotgun right now with Will Brockman right behind him. Nick Bonadonna, Ben Wade, Andrew Hipp, and Thomas Ringel out. And Tommy throws it to Brockman with a slip screen, and Brockman picks up some yards after that, yards after the reception, and ends up about the 47-yard line.
Beautiful delayed screen pass there for the Warriors. That's a play where usually the running back will stay back if they need extra blocking help, but then he'll immediately go for the quick screen if he's open. And sure enough, he was. Tommy checked it to him, and he ran off to the races, got up to the 50-yard line. He'll pick up a couple yards there on the run. Brockman's definitely been the best offensive player so far this first quarter. Every time he's touched the ball, we've gained yards. Hopefully they can keep that going forward. Here comes the snap from Homebrecker. He's going to roll out right in a very awkward play-action pass. Caught by Andrew Hipp, and that'll be a first down. Ooh, I don't know. From my angle, it looked good, but it might have hit the ground. Who knows?
Flag at about the 40.
Looks like it might be pass interference.
Yep, a flag at about the 47-yard line of Clinton, and the refs are discussing it right now. I'm not sure what it could quite be, Pete, but we'll see. Yeah, I'd say the. Looks like there's flags on both sides of the ball. There's flags on both sides of the ball, so therefore the penalty's offset. It looks like they were both unnecessary roughness, Pete.
I'm not sure. Maybe it was just a holding and then something else for Clinton. I'm not sure, but that was kind of a weird situation right there. That was a very awkward play action, too, from Tommy. Here comes the screen pass to Ringo. Ringo with the catch. Ringo's going to cut inside. He's going to get downfield. If he can keep going, if he hadn't ran into his own guy, he'd had a touchdown right there. But they're still going to get inside the 30-yard line. And unfortunately, there's a flag at about the 40-yard line.
So far, we've had 2 flags on the game, and one of them was picked up, the other one was offset. Now we got a block in the back on Pius, so this ball is going to be coming back. It looks like it was on one of the Pius's experienced offensive linemen. And this ball is coming back pretty far.
Usually on offense, you don't see a block in the back. You usually see a holding, but block in the back is very rare. That's usually a special teams kind of deal.
So Pius is back about a yard with second and about 9. And the reason for that is because the flag was thrown at the 40-yard line, so it was pushed back 10 yards to about the 50-yard line.
All right, Will with a nice catch, but he's going to be brought down. It's going to be 3rd and short now, hopefully. Going to be roughly 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. Ball on our 46-yard line, excuse me. So this is another big down for the Warriors here. They need this conversion. They really, and Tommy's going to keep it, and he's going to get across that first down marker, and he's still going. He might get across. He's going to go all the way. Touchdown, Warriors. No flags on the play. Wow, what a cut by Tommy in the backfield here. Excellent ball carrier vision to just cut right up the gut and see that nobody's there.
Incredible job by Tommy Homebreaker, stepping back and trying to find a pass to complete this 3rd down, but ends up finding a hole up the middle and gets a big block by Javier Rodriguez and gets that touchdown in for a 46-yard rushing touchdown. Now Tommy's back to using his incredible athleticism, and now he's kicking, and the kick is good for the extra point. 7-0, Saint Pius X is leading with 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second quarter.
All right, a nice touchdown there by Tommy, and looks like both teams are going to take a quick water break due to the extreme, and I say that with quotation marks, heat. It feels like it's 75 degrees out, 70 even. Doesn't really feel extreme, but then again, I'm not wearing shoulders pads and helmets and all sorts of deals, so who knows? Probably feels different for them on the field than it does up here, where we have air conditioning kind of blowing at us from the media center right behind us, so we probably can't complain about that. So here comes the kickoff units for both teams, and it looks like we're going to have my vision's terrible. Number 48, I believe, for the Warriors. 40. Caleb Rosenborough. Wow, I cannot pronounce last names lately, whether it be on the announcements or sports games, but whatever. Anyway, good old sports ball. Anyway, here comes the kickoff. And here it comes, fielded by number 22 of Clinton. He's going to go upfield, and he's going to get to about the 37-yard line before being taken down by multiple Warrior special teamers. And here comes the offense for Clinton. Their formation has worked at moving the ball, but not putting up points on the board. I'm curious. I wish we had stats so that we could see their total yardage comparison to their points, because in total yardage, they're probably fairly close, I'd imagine, to the Warriors offense. If you took out the couple big plays we've had, they're probably pretty close in total yardage, but points, obviously, they're down a touchdown, so we'll see. Anyway, there's 9:23 to go here in the second quarter. 7-0 Clinton, or Warriors.
Clinton's had about 55 yards rushing in the game so far today, and their 2 possessions. And Pius in their 3 possessions have had much more than that. Pius have been moving the ball much longer down the field, but most of it's come from Tommy Homebreaker passing the ball. Very little from Will Brockman, but his contribution could come later in the game tonight.
Yeah, the Warrior rushing offense has been kind of carrying us at this point. Passing has been somewhat dangerous, almost being picked off twice. All right, so here comes the snap for Clinton. He's going to immediate fullback handoff, and he's going to pick up minimal yardage, as they're going to get ever so close to that first down marker, but it will be 3rd and roughly 3 or 4, I'd imagine. And the ball is just across the 40-yard line, right about the 44-yard line.
And, and they're in their standard formation. 2 guys in the slot, 2 guys out wide, 1 fullback, and they send one of the slot guys in motion. Big hit. Defensive line busts through. Quarterback pitches outside. and picks up about 7 yards for the first down. And it's a first down. With 8 minutes and 15 seconds left in the second half, Pius is up 7-0. Clinton has the ball on their 48-yard line.
Yeah, Clinton moving the ball. The third down conversion rate was pretty well excellent at this point. They failed on 3 occasions, but they've succeeded on probably roughly 4 or 5 occasions. They're above 50%, I'd say, for sure. Hand off to number 2. It was going to break through for a nice gain of 5 or 6 yards. It's very difficult to defend that because it's just a weird, the way they motion, the way they hand off the football, the fakes, a lot of misdirection based on offense there. Clinton here now on the 41-yard line, 2nd and 5 with about 7.5 minutes to go here before halftime. Here we go. Warriors looking to blitz, and he's going to stop him. John Lillig. John Lillig grabbed his leg, and he was not letting go.
Yeah, John Lillig gave a big hit, but lost a tackle. And then David Keller was there on his back, taking him down as well. Good teamwork by both of them, but a huge hit by John. Got through that offensive line, and great play.
Yeah, Lillig with an awesome tackle there for a loss, too, to make it 3rd and 6, make it much more difficult here on 3rd down for Clinton. Hoping to hold him down. Here comes the snap, the fake. He's going to look to throw, and it's going to be complete. And he's got the edge here. He's going to get up to about the 12-yard line. They don't throw it often, but when they do, it's either an incomplete pass that looks terrible or it's almost a touchdown. So, anyway, they're going to move up into the red zone now for the first time today, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Zach?
That sounds right, Pete. They haven't really come close to it. They've been on their side of the field twice today, but they've not moved it into the red zone. Yeah, and our special teams have done an incredible job, is what Pete just said. And it's so true. And then they're standing formation, sending some guys in motion in the backfield. The sophomore quarterback, number 14, takes the ball up the middle and gains 1 or 2 yards. Not a big play. Clinton's taking advantage of their very experienced offensive line going against our experienced defensive line. It's going to be quite the matchup. I'm sure Clinton's offensive plan has come along with that.
Yeah, they were definitely looking to I don't even know a good word for it, but they're looking to amplify. There we go, amplify their formation. Ooh, he got nailed. Got absolutely destroyed. Andrew Hipp landing just a devastating blow. But there is a flag on the field. I don't believe it's against Andrew, though.
And holding on the offense, and looked like they were actually holding Andrew. Andrew breaks out of the penalty holding, gives a huge hit to Clinton's running back. What a play by Andrew Hipp to break out of that and still make the tackle. Now Clinton's got a 2nd and long, and now they're actually outside of their red zone now. So we'll see if they can get back in and convert. We'll see what happens, Pete.
Yeah, Andrew Hipp's really stepped up the past 2 games. Last week with offense, leading the team in receiving. This week, landing hits on defense left and right. So it's good to see him out there. Obviously some knee injuries in the past, keeping him out. Markham on the keeper. He tosses it to number 3, and he's going to be stopped by Joey Lynch. Joey Lynch does an excellent job defensively there, forcing him out.
Sophomore quarterback Markham tosses it out to number 3, Yates on Clinton. Yates goes on the outside and is tackled down by Joey Lynch. Pretty good play there. Pete, defensive cornerbacks and free safeties did a great job containing there, and pretty good defense for the red zone, even though Clinton did pick up 5 yards. Now Clinton's got a 3rd and long, about 3rd and 12. They need to convert down to about the 2-yard line to get the first down. We'll see what happens here. They're in their standard formation again. 2 guys out wide, 2 guys in the slot. Quarterback under center. Fake hand out to the fullback. Quarterback goes out. Andrew Hipp tackles him for the sack. What a tackle by Andrew Hipp.
Beautiful sack there, looking like Clay Matthews out there from the Packers. That's all you can ask for. And now it's 4th and forever here. They're outside the red zone now. 4th and 16, good Lord. Right on the 20-yard line, so they're just inside the red zone. What an awkward spot to be in, too. Your first down mark is on the 4-yard line. That's you may as well go for the touchdown at that point. So if they have any sort of field goal kicker, which who knows if they do, they'll definitely be trying for that at this point because 4th and forever just doesn't seem enticing.
Even that's a long field goal for a high school football. I don't know if I'd send Tommy Homebreaker out there to do that for us if we were in this situation. They're at about the 20-yard line. They're going to need to get down to about the 2 or 3 yard line to get a first down. A field goal from there would be about a 35-yard field goal, maybe more, maybe less, give or take a few. That's a risky field goal for some college kickers. And it looks like they're discussing that right now, utilizing their water breaks that are not costing them any timeouts as well. Huge advantage for them, and the refs realized that earlier.
Yeah, was that an official timeout, or was that so that was a timeout for Clinton?
No, it was an official timeout for a water break to the extreme heat. Neither team has used their timeout today. They've had 3 water breaks so far, though, and they are kicking. Yeah, this is about a 35-yard field goal. Oh, and he completely whiffs it. What a shot. I mean, I don't know what's going through their mind right now to put that much confidence in a guy who puts it nowhere close. What do you think, Pete?
Yeah, that's just that's a situation where your coach is basically saying, why not? Let's light the world on fire. We had nothing better to do. They obviously didn't really have a play to their formation for a big play guaranteed.
That's similar to putting a SIM card in the hands of our very talented technical staff on the X Factor, as we did not have a SIM card the entire first half last week. So very similar case.
Yeah, that's a very long and very aggravating story. Yeah, I think part of that decision. Oh, nice pass. He's still going. Thomas Ringel. He's going to get close to midfield on that screen pass. That was very effective for the Warriors. But back to Clinton's decision there. You got to figure, do their playbook, do the formation that they run. They probably don't have something that can go for a guaranteed big play, so they were kind of forced into that situation. That'd be my best guess anyway. So 4:44 to go here in this first half. Dropped by Nick Bonadonna. He was hit by number 31 of Clinton. A solid pass from Tommy. Maybe not the best decision when you're in triple coverage, but that's just me. Anyways, now we have Luciano Biscari in the backfield. Hand it off to him. Nice stiff arm here as he picks up 5 yards. That's a nice stiff arm there.
Obviously, Pius is trying to get a little more experience. That have so many seniors this year, so they're trying to give Brockman a break and give Luciano some experience back in the backfield. Tommy pitches it out to Lou again, and Lou's gaining upfield, and it's gonna be close, but he might have got the first down. Let's see what they spotted here. He gets right on the 45-yard line. It's gonna be 4th and inches. Let's see what Pius does here. Tommy under center. Looks like he's going to just go straight up the middle, and he does. And he picks up 3 or 4 yards. Very impressive.
First down. That's a big first down for the Warriors as they continue this drive. They're close to about the 42-yard line of Clinton's side of the field. They're really moving the ball well this drive here. Here comes the snap. He's going to screen pass to Ben Wade.
And Pius is hitting up the no-huddle offense and with an incomplete pass to Ben Wade there. That's always a risky pass to throw, Pete, because excuse me. It's always a risky pass to throw because if it goes back at all and it's fumbled like that, it is a fumble, not an incomplete pass. Anyways, Tommy unbreaking the shotgun. Tommy goes up the middle, drives to the middle, gains 4 or 5 yards, and Pius is going to have about 9 yards. Pius is inside their 35-yard line, and it's going to be 3rd and short, about 3rd and 2.
8-yard gain.
8-yard gain for Tommy Homebreaker there. 3rd and 2 coming up with 3 minutes and 30 seconds off that clock. Tommy hands the ball off to Luciano Biscari. Does Lou pick that first down up? It's going to be awfully close, and they're going to have to measure that one.
Yeah, they're going to have to measure that one for sure. They pretty well ran the same formation Pius did with the same people out there. The only sub they made was they subbed in John Lulig to play left guard for a bit there for those last couple plays. And it looks like he did get it. He did get the first down. So now 1st and 10 from the Clinton 32-yard line with 3:20 to go here in this half. Loaded backfield here with Vito Bianco, Ben Wade, and hand off to Will Brockman, who's going to cut back inside and pick up a few yards.
Just another perfect example of how Will Brockman really follows his blockers. He wanted to cut outside. I don't know what the play was to bounce outside. Looked like it was more up the middle. Will cut back inside, picked up a couple more yards. Again, the no auto offense for Pius, and Tommy's in the shotgun.
Yep. Hip and motion now. He's going to be in your traditional tight end spot. Here comes a snap. He's going to roll left. Man on. Tommy, get rid of the ball. He throws it upfield. He has Bonadonna, who makes the catch. And he's going to get inside the 5-yard line, and it's going to be 1st and goal. That was a huge play. Tommy Homebrecker avoiding the pressure, managed to land the throw. Excellent catch by Bonadonna. Managed to cut back inside to get inside the 5-yard line. That's the kind of offense you want to see from your Warriors passing attack. It's now 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. 2.5 to go in the half. Here in huddle, they're obviously game planning here for these last 4 yards. This is a huge play here if they can get a touchdown here with 2:20 to go.
1st and goal for the Warriors.
So now they're going to go in ISO type formation, except they're going to load up that line of scrimmage. They're going to try to power it in here, hopefully. Brockman and it looks like Vito Bianco. Homebrecker's going to keep it, and he's going to get in the end zone. Touchdown, Warriors. So both touchdowns for the Warriors coming off of Tommy Homebrecker runs. So Homebrecker is our leading rushing touchdown guy for the day. Might be our leading rusher, too. I'm not sure yardage-wise what he's got compared to Mr. Brockman, but he certainly has his fair share of yardage. So here comes the PAT for Tommy. And here comes the snap. Holder is Joey Lynch. Here's the snap. It's up, and it is good. Good. It is good. It is now 14-0 Warriors with 2:11 to go. Both kickoff units will be coming on shortly here. That's a nice way to close out the drive. That's pretty well the optimum efficiency for the Warriors.
Please gather in front of the student section.
Not too much time left in this half. At halftime, it will be senior night, and we will just let that play. We'll also have an interview with a few softball players. So this is a big thing for the Warriors, obviously.
Ella Hess. Elizabeth.
All right, number 40 for the Warriors, Caleb Rosenborough. I'm sorry for mispronouncing his last name more than likely. And he's going to kick it off for the Warriors.
Ask somebody. Ask their sophomores. Do you know any sophomores?
40, Caleb Roseborough to kick off.
Roseborough. That's his last name. I keep messing that up for some reason.
Okay,
I don't think he's here.
Yes,
So here comes the kick.
He's here?
Yeah.
It's up, and it'll be fielded by number 3 of Clinton. He's going to go right, which is an interesting choice on a kickoff.
Yates, Nielsen.
And there's a flag on the play. He's going to be tackled inside the 20-yard line.
On Aquino, but there's a flag.
Not sure what the flag is for yet. I'm not sure if it might be a legal block in the back, holding, face mask, legal block in the back from the looks of it, and it'll be against Clinton. And they'll be moving back to about the 10-yard line, maybe 12.
And after our interview with the softball girls, we'll be having a little show of senior night. And excuse me, actually, our interview with the softball players is going to be post-game. And so just at halftime, we'll be watching the senior night for football. We have a bunch of seniors, as we said, throughout the game. Very experienced, very talented group. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. What about you, Pete?
Oh, yeah. Most talented group ever at Pius. Our class is the best. Nobody else is even close. I might be biased, but I don't think so. I'm the least biased person I know. All right, so here comes the snap from Clinton. They were on their own 8-yard line to start off. That's the worst position you can be in at this clock situation and a half. They'll be getting the ball, though, here to start the second half, so I'm curious how aggressive they'll be. Granted, with their formation, they can't be overtly aggressive. With 145, to go in the half here, 14-0 Warriors. Excuse me. He's going to go right at the gut. Number 22 of Clinton, Zach Jones, just brutalized some of our front 7 players and just broke through, got up to 29. That was a brutal 14-yard run. That was very brutal, let me tell you. All right, so here comes the snap from Markham. He's going to keep it. and he's got room to run. Warrior defense needs to kind of get going here, get their heads back into the game. I wonder after these 2 touchdowns, if the Warrior defense isn't as focused as they should be. They cannot coast to a win here, obviously. So hopefully they get going here, because Clinton's on their own 35-yard line. Looks like Clinton calls a timeout here. Or no, moving the chains. That's why they had to reset up the chains. Yep. All right, in motion here. Takes a snap. Hands off the fullback, Zach Jones. A fumble. But they're going to call him down anyway, and he's going to be right at the first down marker.
So Jones on the carry.
And it's going to be 3rd down.
Ball's at the 39.
No, they're going to call a first down. They will move the chains, and that'll stop the clock, so that's big for Clinton.
Pius has to put an end to this because Clinton's in a hurry. They're running a very quick offense. There's 55 seconds left in the first half, and Clinton is rolling out right now, and an incomplete pass with the stoppage of the clock.
Yeah, the Warrior defense cannot mail it in here for sure. They need to really step it up. They really stepped up on that play. Ben Wade with some excellent pass coverage. Looked like Little League maybe with some solid pass rush there, although that was kind of poor blocking up front for Clinton more than any superbly excellent pass rush for us. So they're going to step up to the line of scrimmage. It'd be interesting to see here what they do. A lot of motion, a lot of misdirection in this offense for Clinton. Here comes the snap. He's going to roll out right. He's going to toss it to number 3, Yates, and he's going to cross the 50-yard line. That's going to be a first down, which, again, huge for Clinton because that stops the clock.
This is by far the most impressive drive from Clinton. Pius just cannot stop them right now. In about a minute and 20 seconds, Clinton has moved the ball 41 yards, and he drops back again. They're obviously passing because if it's an incomplete pass, it's a dead ball, and he's scrambling in the backfield. Lots of time to block. Big hit in the backfield. Oh, an incomplete pass. Oh, and it looks like it's going to be a late hit. Looks like it's going to be a late hit by John Lillig. John Lillig does not like that call. I don't know about that call.
Yeah, the ball was still in the air. If anything, you could call it a pass interference, but that's kind of stupid. But so I can't really say I agree with the unnecessary roughness call, which the worst part of that is it will stop the clock at 26 and a half seconds to go. And if it does go the way of Clinton, it will be 1st and 10 from somewhere on the Pius side of the field. They can maybe take a shot downfield and get a touchdown, which would not be a good situation for the Warriors, as it would put Clinton in position to tie the game up right away in the second half, to begin the second half. So it looks like they picked up the flag or didn't really do anything. They just gave him the first down, and they'll be right at the 49-yard line. Referee's still trying to figure out what they're doing exactly, I think. Looks like they're still trying to figure out what they're doing. And it's going to be on Pius's side of the field now, 49-yard line. I don't know what they're doing. It's kind of weird what they're doing.
That's the 3rd picked up flag on an offense. A false start on number 3, one of the wide receivers for Clinton. That last call was a 3rd picked up call we've seen. 2 of them were picked up, and the 3rd one was an error, I guess. What do you think, Pete?
Yeah, that's a very bad false start for Clinton right there. Miscommunication, obviously didn't know the snap count, and that's going to push him back 5 yards, which makes it awkward 1st and 15. And here comes the snap. Markham's going to roll out right. He's going to look upfield. He's going to toss it. That can be picked off by Joey Lynch, and it is intercepted by Joey Lynch. Lynch is going to stay up. Probably should have just gone down. And Joey Lynch with a huge interception to hopefully close out the half.
Looks like Pius is going to go ahead and kneel the ball, but what a way to end the first half for the Warriors with that interception by Joey Lynch. Yeah, it looks like Pius is going to go ahead and take a knee, head into the half. It's 14-0 Pius with 16 seconds left on the clock, and they would, if they tried, they'd have 80 yards to cover, which would be pretty much pointless. What do you think, Pete?
Oh yeah, that's definitely important here.
Definitely kneeling it.
Yeah, oh yeah, there's no way, unless you want to take a shot deep downfield, but that's risky because if they pick it off, they can kind of toss around, maybe get a touchdown, but who knows, maybe you do take a shot down. Oh yeah, excuse me, voice crack. Looks like might take a shot downfield, or it'll be a short handoff. Who knows? Looks like they're gonna take a shot downfield. He needs to avoid the sack. He's gonna roll out right. Homebrecker's looking downfield. He's gonna throw it. Caught by Thomas Ringel. If he can break the outside, he has a shot. He's going all the way. Oh! Down inside the 20-yard line, but the half will be over. What an exciting way to close out the half, though. My goodness. That was close to a 60-yard play. My God. Wow. You do not see that at all, ever. That was amazing. Ringel probably would have been better off going to the outside and trying to just get out of bounds to put him in maybe not even field goal position, but make it easier to get the touchdown. But he was looking touchdown, and he almost got it. If he breaks that last tackle, he's gone. That's an official touchdown. But, man, what an exciting way to end the half before senior night. And we will be back here shortly with the... All right, let's film senior night first. We're going to film senior night first.
Let's just do this real quick.
Number 6, Joey Lynch, with his parents, Jeff and Becky Lynch. Number 8, Tommy Homebrecker, with his parents, Alan and Janet Homebrecker. Number 9, Rocco Monachino, with his parents, Chris and Ginger Monachino. Number 42, Vito Bianco, with his parents, Jasper and Anna Marie Bianco. Number 44, Morgan Decker, with his parents, Kitty and Melissa Decker.
No smile.
Number 57, John Lilly, with his parents, Mike and Debbie Lilly. Number 60, Josh Revenue, with his parents, Jim and Kim Revenue. Number 65, Xavier Rodriguez, with his parents, Ricardo and Angela Rodriguez. Number 68, Jack Muirhead, with his parents, Joe and Christian Muirhead. Number 70, Noah Adams, and his parents, William and Sharon Adams. Number 75, David Kelleher, with his parents, Jerry and Michaela Kelleher. Number 77, Bryce Roseborough, with his parents, Bobby and Lily Roseborough. Number 78, Alexis Ruiz, with his mother, Angelica Guzman. And number 82, Andrew Hipp, with his parents, Tom and Elisa Hipp. And again, thanks to all of you seniors and your parents for 4 great years. Thank you.
The Saint Pius dance team will continue their efforts collecting donations for first downs for Down syndrome tonight after third quarter. Please consider donating generously. Tonight, the girls will be performing an original routine.
We'll do it after
choreographed by
Palmas
captains
because
Sarah Jones,
we'll do it after
Gabby
Palmas
Mendoza,
because it's 10 minutes
Julia
after
Adams, and Emma Johannes.
Enjoy the girl power routine.
We'll do it after Palmas.
We're going to stop it.
And welcome to our second half broadcast here, and Warriors, Roseboro, I believe his name is, excuse me. Ooh, about to kick it off, and here it is. And number 2 of Clinton's gonna field it. Oh boy. And he's gonna get plugged up inside the 20-yard line. Heck, he might get, yeah, he's inside the 10. Another horrible special teams play by Clinton on the receiving end. They have not been able to do jack squat so far today. They really need to figure it out if they want to start even to turn this game around. Anyway, Zach, what do you think?
Well, it was a very interesting first half. We had a total of 9 possessions. Tommy Homebreaker was the leader of the Pius offense with 2 rushing touchdowns. Thomas Winkle was a very effective wide receiver for us, leading in reception yards, especially with that 60-yard reception at the end of the half, almost scoring a touchdown. But now we're seeing Clinton back in their normal setup, sending some backs in motion back in the backfield, and big hit by Ben Wade, and Clinton gains about 3 yards on the play. And obviously some issues with the grounds crew, thinking it's 4th down right now. It's really 2nd down. And it's 2nd and 7 from the 13-yard line. Clinton's got a lot of work to do in the second half. They got to come back from a 14-0 deficit. And we'll see how it turns out. What are you thinking, Pete?
Oh yeah, this is a big drive for both teams, trying to set the tone for this second half. Clinton trying to gain ground back, and Warriors trying to dominate all the way through. Excellent tackle there. That was John Lillig. Lillig's been excellent on the defensive side of ball today, rushing the quarterback, plugging up runs. He's done an excellent job. Warrior defense is shut him out in the first half. So
John Lillig with a big save there. Playing that linebacker, John Lillig was able to contain on his side of the ball, stopping possibly a big play. And now it's Clinton's face with a medium-sized 3rd down for 3rd and 6, and they're breaking the huddle. 1 wide receiver out. And actually tied in 2 guys in the slot, fullback, quarterback under center, sending one of the slot guys in motion. Quarterback breaks outside, almost sacked, breaks out of the sack. Big tackle by Andrew Hip, but throws the ball out of bounds in the process.
yeah, Hip landed a nice hit there, but he did get the ball off before he landed that hit, so it's going to be an incomplete pass. It's going to be 4th and 6. An excellent 3 and out here for the Warriors to start off the second half, really establishing that tone of excellent defense.
I think Pius is really starting to learn the Clinton offense, and they've been defending it really well. It's a tricky offense to deal with, but so far so good, right, Pete?
Oh yeah, for sure. They've definitely in the second half, especially in the later part of the first half, they were really figuring them out and beginning to stop them. And that's not a very good punt, and that'll be just inside their own side of the field, about a 47-yard line. So not a very good punt there. He's a better short field punter when it's trying to angle it towards the sidelines when it's inside the 20-yard line. But anyway, 10:24 to go now in this third quarter. 14-0 Warriors, and they'll be getting the ball for the first time here on the Clinton's 46-yard line. And here comes the offense. Definitely going to look to establish the run, hopefully here, run down some clock, and truly dominate both sides of the ball as they look to finish off Clinton, hopefully, in the second half. Still is only a 2-possession game, mind you, so it's definitely not in the clear yet. So here comes a snap from Homebrecker. He's going to hand it off to Ben Wade. Wade's trying to get to the outside, and he's going to get nowhere. He will maybe get back to the line of the scrimmage here for 2nd and 10 on about the 44. So he did actually pick up a couple yards maybe from the looks of it, but it's a very difficult looking, it's dubious at best, really. Warriors making some substitutions on offense.
We'll see how Pius reacts in the second half to their first half performance. Maybe a little bit more conservative, wanting to hold on to the ball a little bit longer, maybe giving the ball more to Will Brockman. A little motion, sending Ben Wade out there. A double motion, yeah, and there's a flag on that play. It's a double motion, but man, what a pass. Tommy did a fake handoff and passed out to Ringel for a deep pass, but incomplete. And it's going to look like an illegal shift or illegal motion for Saint Pius attempt.
Illegal shift.
Looks like two guys were in motion in the backfield. We had Brockman and Ben Wade moving at the same time. Looks like Brockman realized his mistake and stopped. But yeah, anyways, Clinton declines the illegal motion penalty, and now Pius is left with a 3rd and 10 from their 44-yard line. Pete?
Yep, they're 3rd and 10. That's never a good situation, 3rd and long here, and it's kind of an awkward punt situation too. But you don't want to give them the ball at midfield, especially after they struggle with that first drive. So this is a big deal, at least even get closer to the 4th down marker. And here comes a short pass to Will Brockman. Brockman with a stutter step, and he's going to get close to the line of scrimmage, which is good for them because it gives them a much better opportunity to try to convert on 4th down, because due to how far away they were on 3rd. That's now 4th and 1 from the Clinton 35-yard line. You know the Warriors are going to go for it here as they look to forge ahead here and get a 3-touchdown lead.
Let's go, Blue! Go, Warriors!
So now, I believe this might be a full house. Here comes the famous full house formation. Gotta love it. Classic formation. Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. So that's going to be a turnover. Not a turnover. Either way, it's 1st and 10 for Clinton, whether it be a turnover or turnover on downs. But from where they're marking the ball, it's going to be 1st and 10 due to a turnover, a fumble lost by Tommy Homebrecker on the run.
At the 40, at the 37.
So they're going to get the ball at the 37. 1st and 10 here with 8:51 to go. Ian coming in clutch with the water bottle, and I will be able to talk for this entire game now. And here comes the snap from Markham. Immediate handoff to fullback Zach Jones, and he's going to pull on forward for a gain of roughly 5 yards to make it 2nd and 5 from across the 40-yard line to about the 42.
So obviously Pius was changing up their strategy a little bit. They were passing the ball. Maybe they're trying to get a couple more points, get their lead a little bit more. Clinton starting this drive at about the 37-yard line. But anyways, on that last possession, we saw several passing plays. The only one we saw running was that 4th down by Tommy Homebrecker that didn't result in a fumble. But we'll see how the next possession goes and see if their strategy changes at all from the first half.
That run gets maybe 2 yards, and it's going to be 3rd and 4 from about the 43, 45-yard line, somewhere in that range. Clinton, this is a big play for Clinton as they try to work it back to midfield to get a first down. Huge play here for Clinton. And here comes the snap. He's going to hand it off to number 3, Yates, and he's going to be plugged up behind the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be...
That was a direct snap to the quarterback, but it looked like the fullback was faking him out and pretending to be a loose ball, so all sorts of confusion going on in that play, but now it's 4th down and 4 yards to go, so we'll see what they do here.
Yep, it's going to be a punt here from the looks of it. Joey Lynch, Will Brockman out deep. Here comes the punt angle to the back, to the sideline. He gets about to the 25-ish yard line. And Warriors football. Probably starting from... Looks like they changed it. The scoreboard is not updated, so I cannot tell you the exact 28-yard line. There it is. So your first down, 10 to go. And by the way, for your update, 7:10 to go here in this 3rd quarter. Warriors up 14-0. If you're just dropping in now, which would be pretty hard to do considering this is not a live broadcast, but just for your benefit, that's the reading of the score. Anyway, Homebrecker's under center, Brockman in the backfield. Here comes the snap. He's going to hand it off to Brockman. Brockman has really nowhere to go there. He's going to pick up a few yards still, though. Nice pickup, though. Lee's going to get a good start to this drive. 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7, roughly. Somewhere in that range, about the 30-yard line. Warriors really need to get going here. Not in terms of holding down the clock, because they obviously need to run down the clock, but they need to get the momentum going. Gain some yardage, get some points on the board. Should really continue to build that lead and secure the W.
That's right, Pete. We got Tommy in the shotgun right out here. Three wide receivers out. Will Brockman in the backfield. Hands off to Will Brockman. Big loss, about 4 or 5 yard loss.
Yeah, Tommy. I mean, it was obviously a designed run for Brockman, but he almost would have been better. I was just faking it to Brockman and trying to run outside for even just a yard or two, because that defender was right on it. There was nowhere to go with that. He was free. Nobody on the line picked him up, and he ended up in that situation for 3rd and 8. So Homebrecker once again in shotgun. There's a lot more shotgun this week than there was last week against Nevada. A lot more passing offense. Here's another couple free runners. Homebrecker dancing around, going right. He might get the first down if he can really turn that corner, and he does, and he's going to get the first down. That's a huge run for Tommy Homebrecker to get up to about the 50-yard line and move the chains for the Warriors. That's a huge play there. Keep the drive moving. So the clock will stop for both the chains moving and, of course, his running out of bounds. Joey Lynch checks into the game now as Warriors look for their next play here on 1st and 10. Is determined to be on their own side of the 49. And Andrew Hipp will be out wide with Joey Lynch. Bonadonna out wide on the other side. Wade and Brockman in the backfield with Homebrecker under center. Lynch in motion. Here comes a snap by Homebrecker. Hand off to Wade. Wade's got room to run, and Wade's going to get across the 35 onto about the 33-yard line on an excellent run by Wade. Almost 20-yard run. Actually, it pretty well is a 20-yard run, maybe 18, 19 yards. Huge gain there as they're going to go no huddle here with Tommy in shotgun formation.
Pius is continuing their fast pace offense. And Tommy Homebrecker trots back, throws it to number 82, Andrew Hipp. Oh, so close. And Pius is continuing their fast-paced offense. They're waiting on the all-go for the refs, and there's the all-go, and Tommy's about to snap the ball. Tommy snaps the ball, shotgun, hands it off to Will Brockman. Will Brockman cuts up the field a little bit and gains about 4 or 5 yards.
That's such a disappointing drop by Andrew Hipp. Senior night, breakaway, easy touchdown, and oh man, just brutal.
3rd and 7.
So Lynch and Hip out wide along with Bonadonna, and it's going to be a keeper for Homebrecker. Homebrecker might have his 3rd touchdown, and he does! 3 rushing touchdowns for Tommy Homebrecker on senior night. And it's going to be a 3-touchdown lead now for the Warriors. Very hard to overcome now for Clinton. I don't want to quite say it's insurmountable, but darn is it close.
So with 5 minutes left in the 3rd quarter, the score is 20-0 with Pius attempting the extra point right now. It's going to be a whole different ballgame for Clinton. You really got to get the ball moving with 17 minutes left in the game. And the snap is up, and the field goes up, and it's good. Tommy just can't be stopped on his extra points tonight.
Yep, 21-0 Warriors. 5:02 to go in the 3rd quarter. Water break now for both teams. Warriors really asserting their dominance here in the 2nd half, forcing a 3-and-out right away against Clinton, plugging up. Clinton's just not been able to move the ball here in these later stages, at least these most recent stages. So it's going to be a tough one for Clinton for the rest of this game if they even want to try to come back. Our defense has just had an excellent job. They really made those adjustments going into that 2nd quarter, and there cannot be enough said about how well of a performance they've turned in since that moment. Now here come the kickoff teams, and special teams for the Warriors have been solid today. Clinton's special teams, their punting has been less than average, to put it mildly. They just focus on England out of bounds and always ends up for good field position for the Warriors. And meanwhile, on their returns, they've had 2 returns where, thanks to just raw incompetence, they end up inside the 10-yard line, which is horrible starting field position if you want to even score and get back into this game. So for Clinton's sake, they better get going on that part of their football team. So, and here comes the kick from Roseboro. It's up, and it's going to be returned by number 30. And they're going to have much better field position than the last time they had a kickoff. And he's going to get to about the 25, right around the 30, somewhere in there. Awkward angle for us again. Good thing they marked the field, eh?
Yeah, this field's looking in tremendous shape. Got some bald spots here and there, but still looking green in the start of fall. Yeah, beautiful night here in Kansas City. Still must be pretty hot for the players out there. It's got a couple water breaks so far. But Quinn's going to take the ball now, and they're standing in tight, packed formation, trying to deal with the Pius defense. And the ball goes up the middle, and he gained 3 or 4 yards on that play.
Yeah, this is definitely the best field conditions I've seen in my 4 years here at Pius. I remember some times during sophomore year, junior year, during soccer, it was bad. Just we had to move games to Rockhurst and stuff. I mean, it was bad. Oh yeah, it was terrible. It was horrible, frighteningly bad at times. But this year, I don't know what I guess we don't really technically have a grounds crew, but whatever they used, it really improved this year.
And it drops back to pass. Taken down immediately by, looks like, Will Brockman. Oh, Thomas Ringle takes him down immediately after the play. Gains 2 or 3 yards, and now he's going to be faced with a 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2.
Yeah, 3rd and short here for Clinton. This is another big play for them. If they don't get points on this drive and Pius does the next drive, I would consider that an insurmountable lead. It's to that point in the ball game now, and they're going to convert on 3rd and 1. Zach Jones, the fullback, will push through and will move the chains. It's keeping it a game.
Well, tonight is Western night for the Saint Pius the 10th student section, and we got some quite fascinating Western gear over there. What do you think about the crowd over there, Pete?
They look more country than Western, if I had to give my honest opinion. I wouldn't say cowboy would be the correct word to describe what they look like, but hey, I'm not dressed up like that. I have to dress all classy-like for the old camera. Later on, once it gets colder, we'll start coming in shirt and tie, maybe a full suit. We'll see, but as of now, it's still a little warm for that. So polo shirt, khaki shorts, Sperry's. That'll be enough for right now. I mean, Thomas talked about being in a shirt and jeans and a shirt, which, I mean, he's the camera guy. He can dress however he wants. He can dress in a pink flamingo costume and nobody would notice. So anyway, Markham's going to drop back. He's looking downfield. He's going to try to run left, and he's going to be stopped by Thomas Ringel. And it was close. I think he might have gotten the first down. It's going to be very close. But they're going to, he officially got it. 1st and 10 for Clinton.
Yep, the white cap gave the signal for the first down. He barely picked it up, but it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line on Clinton's side of the field. 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the third quarter. Pius is up 21-0.
So that's a first down for the
We're here in the third quarter.
45.
And standard offense for Clinton. Clinton hands the ball off to the fullback up the middle and taken down almost immediately by, looks like, Noah Adams.
On the carry. It's about 3. John Lillig on the stop.
And John Lillig was there as well.
2nd and 7.
All right, so about 2.5 to go here now in this third quarter. 21-0 Warriors. 2nd and 7 from the Warrior 42-yard line. Clinton here with the ball. Moving forward, this is kind of their last hope. They really need points here. Due to those only 12-minute quarters, they don't have much time they can just waste. It's going to be a gain of a few yards. Now going to be 3rd down. Another huge 3rd down here. There is not a lot of times where they pick up first downs on 1st and 2nd down. It's always 3rd down they're trying to convert, which leads to an interesting 3rd down conversion rate.
That's right, Pete. We'll see what type of play Clinton's drawing up right now, and I mean, they're probably going to get him their standard formation with their young quarterback. As I said earlier, is a sophomore, and he's under center right now. Sends somebody in motion, takes the ball up the middle, the quarterback does, and gains 3 or 4 yards, and he picks up the first down.
Followed his blockers across the 35 to about the 33.
And that was quite the play drawn up with so many guys from Clinton's offensive line really attacking the defensive line of only 3 or 4 guys, even though they're much bigger on Pius' side. It's tough to stop a quarterback from picking up 3 or 4 yards, especially in that situation, trying so hard to pick up that down.
Yeah, they put all their 2 biggest kids at the guard positions, which is interesting because typically you put them at the tackle positions. And he's going to break through, and that's going to be a touchdown for Zach Jones. They needed the points, and they got them. This is a 2-touchdown game again, and they're well within the game again. That's no question about it. If they had failed to score this drive, one might say that they were out of the game. So Jones breaks through for a 33-yard touchdown. Not good for the Warriors because that does put Clinton back in the game. We'll see if they can kick this PAT. Last time kicker was out here, he was miserably short on a field goal. But we'll see how he does this time around. Here comes the kick. It's up, and it's no good. That's wide left. Horrible kick. No other way to put it. Their special teams is really messed them up today. It's pinned them deep within the 10-yard line multiple times. They've been angling it, giving the Warriors excellent field position. It's cost them points on the scoreboard. It could just as easily be 21-10 right now. I mean, their special teams has really cost them. Our special teams has played excellent today, and not to say it's been the biggest difference, but it's definitely been a difference in this football game. One of the hallmarks of why Pius is leading this football game. Both teams huddling now.
That's right, Pete, and now we'll get the chance to see Pius' offense come back on the field where the senior quarterback Tommy Homebreaker is once again leading them out on senior night here in the third quarter with 1:14 seconds left in the game. Yeah, he's had 3 rushing touchdowns on the night. Very, very impressive night for Tommy Homebreaker. I mean, outstanding athleticism, and it's unfortunate that he's not interested in pursuing collegiate athletics. He could definitely succeed at that level.
Yeah, not even as a quarterback, as a running back or something of that sort. Or even just as a quarterback as like a read option type deal. He can really run the football well.
He's also a very talented basketball player on top of that, and unfortunately he has his sights set on Arkansas, the University of Arkansas, and we wish him the best. And Williams to kick off for Clinton, and that could go out of bounds. We'll see where the bounce is. But Tommy picks the ball up, and he's run up the field. What a quick eye. Breaks a couple tackles, and he's gone. He cuts back into the field. Big block by Andrew Head. And a touchdown! Tommy Homebreaker! 4 touchdown on the night, and Tommy ran that back about 95 yards, about right. And he stumbled picking that ball up. And it would have bounced out of bounds, but he had a great couple of setup blocks, and now Pius is up 27-6.
I mean, are you kidding me? You never see the quarterback returning kicks, much less return the kick, get the touchdown, then kick the PAT for that touchdown, not to mention his other 3 rushing touchdowns for the game. He has literally scored every point for the Warriors tonight. That is special right there.
And kicking as well. I mean, he's back out there kicking the PAT right now. I'd be out of breath right now, but Joey Lynch is holding the ball for him. And the snap is snapped. And Tommy kicks it up again. And it's good. Yeah, I mean, what an incredible night for senior night for Tommy Homberger. Fortunately, he's the only one scoring all the points, but maybe we'll see some action from Johnny Joe here in a little bit. What do you think, Pete?
I mean, they might. I mean, just because, I mean, it's almost unfair to have him on the field at this point. He's that much of a difference maker. Once again, though, special teams. Kick return touchdown. I mean, it's, again, probably not the biggest difference, but it's more than influencing the outcome of this football game so far. And they get those points right back and a little more, too, on that. Literally the next play after their touchdown and missed PAT, they get those points right back plus an extra. So Clinton's right in that same boat, maybe even worse of a boat now because it's technically a bigger lead for Pius than it was before.
This game makes you wonder, what would the score be with, like, right now if Tommy was not playing?
No offense to Johnny Joe, but it'd be a much closer football game.
I mean, hopefully Johnny Joe would come out here, get a couple kick returns, get a couple kicks up there. But you know what? We'll have to see next year about Johnny Joe when he's carrying the team.
Well, we won't see next year. We'll be off to college.
Oh, that's right, Pete.
I mean, I'm going to college outside of Missouri, so I'm not really going to be coming back every weekend just for Pius football. No offense to anybody, but wow, nice catch there. He's going to return it up. Their first actually decent return here tonight for Clinton. Where it's just been that on them, not on a poor kick by Pius. So maybe they can turn around here. Who knows? I'd stay tuned to find out if I were you. So now Pius defense comes onto the field, and they pretty well dominated other than that last drive and parts of the first quarter. They're going to definitely be looking to ensure they get back to that dominance that's really, to me, been the biggest difference of the game is that Pius defense.
And you got to give a shout out to the Saint Pius and the Palmies. They're going around right now collecting money for first downs for Down syndrome, and it's a great cause, and we hope everyone's going to donate.
Yeah, it's definitely a charitable organization worth donating to. Here comes the handoff, and he's going to go nowhere. Clinton's offense relies heavily on those short plays, and if they don't pull through and get a few yards, like 4 or 5 yards every time, they won't move the ball at all. They can't afford 1 and 2 yard plays. They got to at least get 3-4 yards because they do not have big play machines out there.
You're 100% right there, Pete. Their whole offense is built around picking up 2 or 3 yards here and there, but Pius's experienced defensive line has just shut them down tonight. They can't get any progress, but right now we have 19 seconds left in the third quarter, and Clinton's got the ball at the 20 or 30-yard line, and they snap the ball, and they're dragged down at the line of scrimmage just like they have been all night tonight. I mean, Pius' defensive line might be getting worn out, but what a night for them. You cannot complain about their performance tonight. I mean, even those 6 points that they give up on the scoreboard. But that's the end of the third quarter, and St. Pius is up 28-6, and Tommy Homberger's had 4 touchdowns, 4 PATs, and what a night for Tommy Homberger.
If you could donate to the first downs for Down syndrome cause.
Well, that'll be the end of the third quarter, 28-6, a dominating performance by the Warriors.
Absolutely, Pete. What do you think the game plan is going to be for both teams here in the fourth quarter, with Clinton being down 22 points and Pius being up 22 points?
Warriors going to look to run the football, drain the clock, give their seniors their spotlight, maybe show some depth, show some experience here for those younger fellows to give them a chance to play on their veterans senior night to kind of see what it's like. For Clinton, they need to figure out how to get the ball downfield quicker. They tried that at the end of the first half. You saw them trying to pass the ball, roll it out right a lot, which the problem is you can't be so one-dimensional on that because otherwise we'll just shift our entire defense over there and they won't move the ball a yard. they'll just throw picks like they did to Joey Lynch. So that's kind of a major thing. So yeah, speaking of Joey Lynch, we may or may not be interviewing him post-game along with our other interview with the softball gals and the pep club members. So stick around for that.
We'll see what happens with the post-game interview, Joey Lynch. I mean, he had a big interception early in the game, and man, that really started things off. What do you think, Pete?
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll definitely be charging the field to try to get that interview.
That's right, Pete. Now the fourth quarter is underway, and Clinton started to move the ball a little bit, and it looks like they got a 4th and 7 right now. They had about a 2-yard pickup for 32 outside, and Clinton is in punt formation, and we have 2 guys back deep. It looks like we got Joey Lynch and Will Brockman, and the punt's going a little bit right, and Joey Lynch is there, but it goes out of bounds at about the 38-yard line.
There you go. All right, so looks like, oh man.
That's right, Pete. Pius' offense is coming back on the field, and as Pete said earlier, they're dominating the game so far, and now you got to dominate the time of possession. Best strategy for this is just continuing to run the ball, pound it up the middle, pick up first downs, keep that clock running, using your game clock effectively, and the game should be over pretty soon. And Pius will get out with another victory to finish 2-2 on the year if they hold this one out, which it looks like they will. And Tommy Hellberg under center in an I formation. We got Nick Bonadonna out right, and the ball flipped over to Ben Wade. Ben Wade bounces off a couple tackles. Ben Wade drives up the field and picks about 15 yards.
Yeah, sorry about not paying attention there. I had plans after the game, and I had to plan for that. So,
excuse me, that was Luciano Biscari running the ball there.
All right, so I'm back in focus now. So, all right, so Warrior ball, trying to run the ball, run the clock down here. I'm curious to see if they do end up subbing Tommy out at all. Obviously, you want to avoid injuries, too, unnecessary at this point when you're up 3 touchdowns. It would suck to see somebody go down like that in an unnecessary fashion. So
I'm excited to see what other seniors get in. But anyways, Tommy Hornbecker hands the ball off to Thomas Ringo. Thomas Ringo picks up a couple yards. But I'm excited to see some other seniors come in, like we got Rocco Monachino and also some other guys like Joey. Joey's already in. I'm excited to see Johnny Joe come in. There's Lou. Oh, there's a Rocco coming in right now. We'll see what he can do.
all right, so once again, seniors getting some play time here.
Rocco's headed out wide right now, and Tommy's under center with two guys in the backfield, and Nick Bonadonna out on the left, wide receiver. Oh, and Tommy drops back, looking right. Oh, he throws over to Rocco Monachino. Oh, Rocco bounces off of Rocco Monachino's fingers, and very, very close to a touchdown. Great effort by Rocco Monachino.
Yeah, Rocco almost pulling in that catch. Him and Andrew Hipp both very close to having big touchdowns on their senior nights. Disappointing that they couldn't hold down the catch, but, you know, stuff happens. Anyway, so Ben Wade and Joey Lynch are going to check back in the game. Rocco Monachino back out. Here comes the Warrior offense, once again trying to push forward. If they put points on the board at all here, I can't stress how over the game will be.
It makes you kind of wonder what the play call will be here. It's a fake handoff. They're passing again. Passed out to Ben Wade. Ben Wade goes up the field a little bit, and he's going. Oh, out about the 10-yard line, out of bounds. What a play! About a 35-yard play for Ben Wade. Another reception for Tommy Hohenberger.
Yeah, nice pass there by Tommy to get over the defender perfectly right to Ben Wade. Nice catch and run there, and excellent rack yards there by Ben Wade there, getting off and hustling. He looks like he's limping around a little bit though, which you might want to sub him out if that's the case.
You're 100% right there, Pete.
And timeout Warriors. The play clock is about to run out, and
Timeout.
Yep, and timeout Warriors with 9 minutes and 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 28-6. Pius has just been dominating this game. And you know, going back on Ben Wade, there's a small group of juniors, such as Thomas Ringgold, Nick Bonadonna, Ben Wade included. They're young guys, but they've been getting a lot of playing experience lately. And you know, Ben got a lot of playing time last year. He started last year as well. And so it's going to be exciting to hear about Ben Wade's senior year next year, along with Thomas Ringel and Luciano Viscari. I mean, all three of those guys get several minutes on varsity playing time. Thomas starts, Luciano gets a lot of runs when Will comes out of the game. So, I mean, it's going to be exciting to see what happens next year.
Yeah, Ben Wade has been an excellent utility man, both in the defensive and offensive backfields. Running, catching, tackling, he's done it all. Been very fun to watch here these past 2 years of my broadcasting. So, speaking of guys in the backfield, we have Vito Bianco in the game now. In the backfield, we have homewrecker number 7. He's going to take the snap, hand it off to Vito. Vito might get the touchdown. He does. Vito Bianco with a huge rushing TD right there from about 10 yards out. And I know Selena Andrade will be very happy about that. Anyway, here comes the PAT. She's going to kill me for that. Trying to make it 35-6 here with 9:25 to go here in this fourth quarter. Tommy with the PAT. And those are the first points today not scored by Tommy Homebrecker. Imagine that. Almost gets blocked.
Homebrecker's kick is good.
But another point for Tommy Homebrecker. So far in the day, Tommy Homebrecker's at 29 points. Vito Bianco had a touchdown. I'm sure Vito's going to be very happy. Vito had a rough offseason. He was recovering from ACL surgery that didn't go as planned. He was lingering all year last year, and he sustained it almost a little more than a year ago. And I'm sure Vito's glad that he's healthy now, and I'm sure he's looking forward to the rest of the senior year. I know his brother Michael Bianco played football last year, but he was unable to come out this year due to a lingering shoulder injury. And so I'm sure Pius' football team is missing him this year.
Yeah, anytime you lose a player due to injury, it's never a fun thing to have. Kickoff team for Clinton's already out. Warriors preparing themselves here. 9:25 to go here in this fourth quarter. 35-6 Warriors. Here comes the kickoff. But a very nice game here for the Warriors. Very excellent showing on their senior night. Always a fun time to watch that. So it looks like number 87 for the Warriors. Not sure who it is. Our roster goes up to about 73 and then it cuts out. So anyway, James Rupp I'm hearing from up above me. And here comes the kickoff. And fielded by number 3. Ooh, and this is the kind of special team stuff I'm talking about. Wow. That's the type of stuff I'm talking about.
Man, what a kick by an underclassman. I mean, I'm sure Pius' football team is going to be looking forward to that next year. And he's getting a high five as he walks off the field from Coach Byers. Byers looks very excited, and so does Mr. Lynch. So Clinton's going to have the ball at the 20-yard line here with 9 minutes and 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The score is 35-6. Pius is winning. 1st and 10 on the 20-yard line.
So the Warrior defense looking to stop them here, get a quick stop, hopefully get our offense back on the field so we can run down more clock. Of course, Clinton only running the football really usually, so they should be doing that for him anyway. And keeper for Markham, and Markham's going to be stopped right away by the tag team of, looks like Javi Rodriguez, and it looks like number 75 for Warriors.
2nd and 8.
Excellent job plugging up those holes in the offensive line. D-line's done a really good job plugging it. When they've been running up the gut, typically they have not had much other than that one big play they had with their fullback, Zach Jones. They managed to push through for a 33-yard touchdown. Other than that, and a couple other plays, they've done an excellent job of plugging up runs up the gut. And here comes a rare shotgun play for Clinton, and here comes toss in the air, immediately tackled by Joey Lynch, but a nice completion that'll pick up a new set of downs for Clinton.
And Clinton's offensive strategy right now is to pass the ball a little bit more and keep the clock slowed down. But since he stayed in bounds there, the clock's actually going to keep running. But obviously a pass is going to be a little bit less risky. And if it's incomplete, you always have the opportunity to have the clock stopped. And so Clinton's in their normal formation and a very odd one, sending some guys in motion, hand up to the fullback, and immediately tackled by Pius' defensive line. Looks like Ben Wade was there. Looks like Andrew Hipp was there. So far, so good.
On the carry.
I agree 100%, Zach. Anyway, I couldn't really hear you. I'm not gonna lie. I was phased out there for a sec. Anyway, it's really hard to pay attention sometimes late in this game when we're dominating so badly, and well, it's not as fun to watch. I mean, I love watching a blowout and all when it's our side, but sometimes you can get a yawn fest towards the end. Anyway, Markham's in a pistol formation. We're seeing a lot more shotgun type stuff here for Clinton, and he's just going to keep himself, and he's going to try to get out of bounds, and he will. And clock will stop at 7:37 to go here in this fourth quarter. 35-6 Warriors. On keepers with Markham, when he's been able to get into space, he's got some excellent footwork, some awesome speed for him there, and when he's in open space, he can really make use of that.
That's right, Pete. He's one of the weapons that Clinton has. You do not want to let him loose and get around the corners. Our defensive end have been very good on containing tonight, and Clinton just kind of drives the ball up a few yards, and it looks like they will pick up that first down. The clock should be still running. It looks like they stopped it to measure, and
No, it's first.
it's a first down for Clinton. And there goes the clock. The clock started, and then and Clinton breaks out of the huddle, and they're getting back in their formation. One wide out, two guys in the slot, one tight end, a fullback in three-point stance, quarterback under center, sends somebody in motion. Fullback takes the ball up the middle and picks up a couple yards, if that. Give me second and 10 for Clinton, and there's an injury on the field. It's
Player down, looks like, for Clinton. Number 78. One of their two big guys in the middle. I don't know where everything went. Anyway, he looks like he's in a lot of pain there. Always unfortunate to see a player go down. Looks like his knee. Oof. Never anything you want to see. If you want to rewind the tape for you viewers and want to see how it happened, I suppose you can. I didn't really see it. There was quite the huddle there trying to plug up the middle of that run up the gut. Looks like he's going to have help getting up here, and looks like he's going to be limping off the sideline. Hopefully it's nothing too serious and he can get back on the field as soon as possible.
Noah Breckenridge is the injured player.
Noah Breckenridge is the name of number 78. Our condolences go out to him for his injury. Meanwhile, for the Warriors here, they're going to continue to prep their defense here to continue their onslaught.
Noah is a tackle and defensive tackle. He's a senior. He's 6'4", 275 yards. And, I mean, obviously a big presence for Clinton. This late in the game, I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. But, anyway, Clinton's back in their normal formation. 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Handoff up the middle. Or actually, option outside. And big tackle by Nick Bonadonna, breaking out of a block and everything. And, he looks a little shaken. Oh, never mind. He was just fixing his equipment.
Yeah, that was an awesome tackle there by Nick Bonadonna. Really playing some solid defense tonight. Always what you want to see here to make it 3rd and 13.
Absolutely, Pete. And, I mean, obviously we got some younger guys out in the game tonight, and keeping a couple of veteran ends to keep these youngins straight. But the youngins have been taking pretty good care of themselves and helping Pius win this game, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. And fumble. Is it a fumble? It looks like a fumble.
So it's 3rd and 12.
Either way, it's going to stay right at this line of scrimmage here for 4th down, and Clinton's either going to have to try to go for it to save face, or they're just going to punt, which would probably be preferable at this point.
And our IT guy, Thomas Rudkin, has just told us that one of our own, Joey Ragusa, is in the game, and he's been in the game all night, but we're just going to give him a quick shout out for being a part of the sports crew that works so hard every day, in and out. No free time for the sports team. We're working hard every day, all day.
Are you kidding me? The sports team has more off time than anybody. The sports team.
That's what you think.
I'm the executive producer and director of the X Factor, and I can tell you the sports team has the lowest amount of workload, smallest workload of anybody there. They're the ones sitting around doing their homework while everybody else is busting their back end.
let me refrain that for Pete. The sports crew does not do homework during class. But Joey Ragusa is by far the hardest working member of the sports team. He's not really sure if he's gone to a single Pius game in support of the X Factor, but maybe in the future we'll see him out there representing the X Factor, perhaps. Maybe.
Oh man. So many things as a director, an executive producer, and a human being I want to say right now, but I'll just save face.
Currently, we got a water break on the field, but now the teams are coming back out. And beautiful night here in Kansas City. Can't complain about anything. And they're ready to play with 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 35-6, Pius is leading. And we have a 4th and 12. Clinton's going for it, but he's tackled in the backfield by Barber.
Sacked by 47, Andrew Klepper.
And that is Andrew Klepper on the sack, and big sack, and I mean, dropped them back at least 10 yards, right, Pete?
Yeah, they're going to be on their own, or Warriors are going to be on the Clinton's 30-yard line. That's a pretty darn good field position. So they're pretty close, 32-yard line, excuse me. They'll be closing on the red zone right away. I mean, they're up almost already in field goal position. Get a first down or so.
That's right, Pete. And look who's leading the Warriors out there. We got Johnny Joe, the junior backup quarterback. He's out there with a bunch of other guys. Some of the experienced ones are John Lillick, David Kelleher, Javier Rodriguez. Andrew Hipp's out there. Some of our wide receivers are out there, some younger guys. But Johnny Joe's sure thrilled to be out there. Takes a snap. Oh, he rolls out right. Oh, and sacked. And Johnny Joe goes down. There's an attempted run. He gets back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm about Johnny Joe's height. We're both about 5'7", I believe. So that's what I would look like running around out there. And I'm realizing I'm extremely short.
He's really taking control of that huddle in there, and I'm sure Johnny Joe's living up every minute of it. And Johnny Joe's under center again. He's got an I formation, and 2 guys out wide, and sends a guy in motion. Looks like Andrew Klepper. And he takes a snap, rolls out right, throws out to Luciano Biscari. Luciano Biscari breaks out right. He's picking up a couple yards, and he's going. He cuts back in. And about the 15-yard line, he's taken down. Looks like the 12-yard line. It's probably about a little bit closer, but good carry by Luciano. Great blocking on the outside. The wide receivers held their blocks very good there. Fullback was doing his job too. Overall, great play for Saint Pius 10th, right, Pete?
Oh, yeah. Biscari's had an excellent game today. It's going to be very interesting to see him. For those who see him next year as a starting tailback, probably to replace Will Brockman, he's done an awesome job. They're probably going to be a very run-heavy team next season with Tommy leaving. So, hand off to the fullback. Couldn't see who it was. Morgan Decker, another X Factor team member, videographer for Josh Revenue.
That's right. Morgan transferred here this year from O'Hara High School. It's shut down, and so far so good. I think he's had a good time at St. Pius X, and as Pete said, he's a member of the valued X Factor team. Unfortunately, he's not part of the sports reporting crew, though. As said earlier, the hardest working group of the bunch.
Don't get me started. Anyway, Liberto under center. He's going to take the snap, toss it to Biscari. And he's inside the 10, so definitely well within field goal position. So Warriors will for sure be getting points, but they're going to try to be running down as much clock as possible, going forward for the rest of this football game. About 3:30 to go here in this fourth quarter. 3rd and 4. Ball on the 7-yard line. They're going to run down. I would run down as much play clock as possible. You wanted this game to be done as soon as possible. Nothing much more to be gained except for injuries, which I guess is why we see a lot of underclassmen. Here's the toss to Ringel. Ringel is going to get close to the first down marker. Oh, that's Rocco, my bad.
A little screen pass to Rocco Mattakina there. Johnny Joe had the chance to show off his arm there, and I'm sure he's been dreaming of that for a couple years, right, Pete?
Oh, yeah, for sure there. For sure.
Just inside the 5.
All right, so now it's going to be 1st and goal now. They did get it, so clock restarted now. There's about 3 minutes left. Play clock is running down. Less than 3 minutes to go. They're probably going to try to focus on getting some short runs in here. Really finish off running that clock down. And it's going to be Liberto on a keeper. And he'll be down close to the goal line. It'll be second and goal from roughly the 1 or 2 yard line as the clock continues to keep going. About 2.5 minutes now, 35-6 Warriors. Second and goal from the 3 is the official marking. Warriors in the huddle here trying to plan what kind of run they're doing. I mean, again, you want to keep the ball on the ground, obviously. There are a ton of bugs out here. I'm getting mauled. I had a grasshopper land on my head earlier. That was a fun awakening right there. Anyway, Liberto under center here. Here comes the snap. He's going to toss it to Biscari, who's going to be stopped short of the goal line.
So once Tommy Homebaker leaves, who's going to be our kicker next year, Pete? Do you have any insider information on this? Did you check in with your beat about this?
I'll come back. I'll quit the soccer team from whatever D1 scholarship I'm sure to get and come back and kick for him.
Well, there you go, folks. Saint Pius kicker next year is going to illegally use his eligibility and come back again and play kicker for Saint Pius 10th. Is there a transition going back from soccer to football, kicking the football?
I'm sure there's not. I mean, I'm so good at everything I do sports-wise. I mean, all 5'7" of me could probably just handle anybody on this football field. Inside linebacker, defensive tackle, I could do it all. 150 pounds of just raw muscle.
Well, speaking of raw muscle, it's fourth and goal at the Pius about 3 yard line, and it looks like Luciano Biscari just subbed back into the game, and we'll see what they got up their sleeve. Maybe Johnny Liberto is going to do a little Tommy Homebaker action with the QB sneak and get that TD in. And we got a timeout by Saint Pius X. And what a crowd we have tonight. New record numbers, right, Pete? What are those numbers you got?
Oh, I got at least 20,000 people here for sure. I mean, this is a loaded crowd. I mean, people in the parking lot watching, people everywhere watching. I mean, this is intense. This is like sporting out there with so many people. I mean, this is better than Arrowhead for sure.
That's right, Pete. And St. Pius X of Cascone Memorial Field is the official loudest stadium in the world. And
that quiet you're hearing, we had to cut it. We had to cut out the noise because you wouldn't be able to hear us. That's how loud everyone is.
That's right, Pete. And our suites are filled tonight with another sold-out crowd at Cascone Memorial Field. And in the next couple of years, our field is going to be expanding and moving over to down at the end of Davidson Road, about a mile from our school, and we're looking forward to that. But anyways, Johnny Joe's under center now, fourth and goal with a minute left. And 3 yards. And a flag on the play. Looks like a false start by St. Pius X. Did you catch what number that was, Pete?
No, but that's why they have youngsters in right now, and that's what you're seeing here is maybe some inexperience here in the latter stages of this game. I would kick the field goal at this point. I mean, I don't know who our backup kicker is, but I hate to say give him experience for kicking a football, but, you know, give him a shot.
That's right. I'm sure Johnny Joe would be willing to do the task. I don't know if he's capable of doing the task, but we'll be sure to find out if he gets a touchdown here. But now we're at a fourth and 6 on the 6 yard line. They got to get to the touchdown here. Got to get to the goal line. Johnny Joe's under center. He steps back. Oh, fake handoff. But sack by Clinton, and then loses about 5 or 6 yards. Johnny Joe is not happy wanting to get that touchdown in, and the Pius offense is coming off the field, and now there's 58 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Fortunately for Johnny Joe, that's not on him. The O-line left a free man going forward, so that's when you're seeing the inexperience there. That's not on Johnny Joe, so good for him in that at least.
That's right, Pete, and for all our viewers out there, make sure you guys stay tuned for after the game with some softball girls, Elizabeth Witherow and Lauren Widman are going to talk about their season so far, and on top of that, Elizabeth Witherow and Ella Huss are going to talk about the Pep Club, and possibly we'll see if we can get a interview on the field with a football player. Last week I had Andrew Hipp after his incredible game. But anyways, that's right, and Clinton's under the center again. They run the ball up the middle with about a minute left. Yeah, there's really no hope left for Clinton in this game, so I don't know what their situation is on younger guys since our roster only goes to their starters. But we'll see what happens here and see if Clinton's going to put in some younger kids to get some experience. And
5-yard gain, second and
It's
5.
2nd and 5. The clock is running. 20 seconds left on the game clock. 22 seconds left on the play clock. Excuse me. That's right. And it looks like a false start, so that's gonna stop the clock. It will probably be a 10-second runoff if I'm right, Pete.
I don't even know what to think. That was the weirdest false start I have ever seen. It looked almost intentional.
Obviously, that explains to us that they do have some younger guys, and just like we did earlier, and on 4th and 1, we got pushed back to 4th and 6 and didn't complete it. And the clock is running and up the middle, and he's tackled.
Right, so
big tackle in the background.
We'll
but we'll see you guys in the postgame show. Thank you very much.
Phillips was caught behind the line of scrimmage.
Welcome to our post-game interview, where we interview random people who have nothing to do with the game. We have Elizabeth and Lauren here to talk about softball. How's the season going?
It's going pretty well. We've won 2 games, and
we've
run ruled someone, so that was pretty awesome.
St. Michael's, so Old O'Hara, so that's pretty good.
Our rivals, so yeah.
So we have some new freshmen too, so we have a strong upcoming team.
Yep.
And who are the seniors on your team?
Shannon Hennon.
Shannon.
All right. Well, now we're going to transition to our last interview for postgame.
And we're back with our post-game interview. We're here with Elizabeth, Ella, and Lauren. They're all part of the Pep Club. So how's the Pep Club going so far this year? And tell us about the preparation for tonight.
Pep Club's going good. We kind of just make the themes for all the football and volleyball games. We're
Soon to be basketball.
Yes, that too. We're here to support the athletics at Pius. I don't know.
We make a lot of posters, so if you're ever in the hallway and you see posters, we made them. We put
Or Tony Hest.
Or Tony Hest, Mrs. Hest, if you don't know who that is.
Oh.
And we, if you see signs on the lockers, we put those up. It's really nice. Really nice.
Why are you talking like that?
Lauren, do you have anything to say?
They covered everything.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.
Send it back to you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, we're here with Tommy Homebrecker. Tommy had a huge performance tonight, 3 rushing TDs, a kick return TD, did everything you can ask for from a player. Tommy, how's it feel to have this kind of performance on your senior night?
It feels pretty good, to get the win for all the seniors. Just shout out to the line.
You had a return touchdown. I've never personally seen you take a return before. Granted, I'm not the world's reigning expert on that, but what's going through your head as you're returning that football?
Normally I don't. I was supposed to go down with it, but coach told me if I see an opening, take it, so I took it.
Nice. 95 yards, very impressive. You scored all of our points, 28 points all the way through until Vito finally punched one in. How's that? What's your thinking of that?
I really didn't do much. Pretty much just ran straight ahead while the line blocked for me.
Cool, good. And then last question, who's your next matchup, and what are you thinking for that?
We got center. Always a tough matchup. I think this will be the deciding factor of our season right here.
All right. Thank you, Tommy.
Thank you.
Tommy was our player of the game tonight. Unbelievable performance. And with that, we're going to close out our broadcast tonight. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful day.